Hello everybody and welcome back to our ESP32 tutorial on Wokwi. So if you remember, in the first and second video we simulated the ESP32 board in the web-based simulator called Wokwi. Now in this tutorial I'll be showing you how to install the VS Code extension of this simulator. So how to do that? We will not delay that much. We first go onto VS Code, and then in the extension section here you write Wokwi. So click on Wokwi, and yeah, mine is installed, so I would uninstall it so that we go together, we install it. So you click on install, and if it is your first time, as I said, you first need to go onto Google, you sign up, you get an account. If you don't have an account, you cannot have the license. Okay, so in this tutorial I'll try to simulate a very simple LED blink sketch using the extension in VS Code. So to do that, I'll first go into platform.io because I don't want to use Arduino directly here. So I'll go into platform.io, and then yes, it's initializing the core. In the meantime, I will get the code. So this is what we'll be simulating in VS Code. So it's a very simple code. It is just for the switch. What we want the code to do is that if the push button is pressed, which is connected at pin 4 or GPIO 4 here, if this push button is pressed, then the LED which is connected to GPIO 5 should turn on, and if it is pressed again, it should turn off. Just as now we are taking, you know that the push button is a single throw single pole switch, so we want to make it as a single throw double pole. So what we want to do is use this push button to turn on and then turn off. That is so I'll just run the sketch, and then you can see. So if I press for the first time, it turn on the LED, and if I press again, it should turn on. But yeah, that's what I was saying. And also you can see the state of the LED. So if the state has changed, it will tell you that the state has changed, and then the LED reset. So you can see LED state before was 0, and LED state has changed. Now the LED state is 1, and it has been saved. So if I click again, yeah, so this is the reason why we want to get rid of the online simulator during our tutorial, because it's extremely slow, especially when you're recording the video. So you can see I can click, and then I have to wait until, but anyway, here the state has changed from 1 to 0. So I clicked again, and yeah, I still have a long delay because of the RAM of my computer, and also the delay on the website simulator. So to solve that, you have two options. Either you buy the paid version of the Wokwi online simulator, or you use the VS Code one. Okay, so for us to use it, I'll just create a very simple project here. So for you to create a project in platform.io, you just also have to install platform.io and let him install all the dependency, and then you create here, for example, new project. You click on it, and then you write the name of the project. Let's say I'll say LED Blink. Okay, so with this LED Blink, and it will ask you to choose the board, and then you choose the board. After choosing the board, the framework. After choosing the framework can be, for example, STM32Cube, can be Cube, can be the Arduino framework, it can be ESP, IDF. So after that, because my computer is extremely slow right now because of the video recording, so this is how it will look like. So you get a .pio or platform.io file folder, and then you get the .vs code folder, an include folder where you put all your libraries, all your header files, and here you have your library files that will be here, and finally you get your source code. And if you are also having a simulation test you have the results here in the test folder. So if you have get, then you get to also initialize. And if it is Arduino, we have two functions that will come with the sketch, which will be the wait setup and then the wait loop. So with platform IO, it will give you an extra function, which is my function, and I don't need it, so I'll remove it. My function here, I'll remove. And also it will include the header file of Arduino, which is arduino.h. So if you have this, then you can start your code. So what I will do, I'll just copy the code from Google to make things faster. I'll stop this. Control A, Control C, and then go on to VS Code and then paste the code. Control A, Control V. So I have the code, the same thing that I had on Google here. So after you get the code, you need to add two files to this project for you to be able to run in Wokwi. The first one is the diagram. So I'll add it here and I'll call it, it should be called diagram.json. So it's a JSON file. So for you to get this, you just also have to get this diagram.json, this file. I'll Control A, Control C, and then place it into this file from VS Code. This is the first file. The second file will be the Wokwi. You have to create another file called Wokwi, if I remember. Yes, .toml. Yeah, so this file should include three things. First, where is the build file of the project, the location of that, the firmware, and finally the owner of the project. So also for more information about how to do that, you can get it here. Yeah, here you go into Wokwi and then you look for the VS Code extension information. Yeah, here. Okay. Slowly. So yeah, you first need to install it, and you need to include three files, if I remember. Okay, yeah, the wokwi.toml file you have to include, and then a JSON. So this file, what it includes, it's just as I was saying, Wokwi, and then the path of the build file. So I'll just copy this and then paste it here. Paste it here. Okay, so what I will do, I'll come and edit it, but for the first time, I'll just build it for me to get the location of the build. Alright, the compilation is done. It has finished compiling. Then it gives you the location of two very important files. The first one is the bin file of the firmware, and the second one is this file, and you have both of them, their locations. So for you to get their location, you can go to .py and you get into the development kit, and you have here the first one, which is the firmware.bin. So I can right click and then copy the relative path, and this I have to give to the firmware.bin here, paste. And the second one is this, also for the firmware. I can copy the relative path and then paste it here. So after these two, okay, Okay, so after giving these two paths for the firmware, then you can run the simulator. For you to run the simulator, you just click on F1 on your keyboard, or you come on top of this. Okay, you click F1, and then you can see, for example, start Wokwi Simulator. So you click on it, and then yeah, here it will tell you that your license has expired. So if it's your first time, or if it's just reinstalled, so you have to get a new license. Request, and then just open, and it will ask you to log in into your account. So get license, you click on get license and say yes. So it said if VS Code does not automatically detect your license, please. Okay, so automatically it has detected, and yep, the license has been renewed as seen here with my email. So that is the same way. And now for you to run your simulation, you just click on F1 and then start simulator. And here it's saying wokwi.toml configuration file not found. So you can see here that I made a mistake in the naming. So how to debug it? You can first see the name. So this is how the name should be, wokwi.toml. But instead of Wokwi, I wrote Wokwi typos. So rename it as Wokwi, and then F1, and then start, and you will see it will directly load the simulator into VS Code. And here you can have the UI that we had in Google. So it's loading the project. After loading the project, you can have access to, just let me bring this one down, the serial monitor. Okay, so the code is running. You can see so you can see that it's on. Then if you want to turn off, you click, it turns off. And if you want to turn on, you click again, yep, and it turns on. So guys, that is it for the tutorial of today, how to install Wokwi extension in VS Code. Thanks, and let's catch up for the next video. Bye.